Welcome to the Mediabox, here to talk about the problems faced by Russians in exile. I'm joined first of all by Gennady Gudkov, Russian politician and Putin critic, now based in Bulgaria.
For a long time.
Yeah, the message you brought to the hearing today was that there's a lot of famous Russian exiles, but there's many more ordinary Russians spread out across many countries. Tell us about the problems they face.
In fact, a violation of the Human Declaration of 1984, which prohibits any discrimination, but we see this discrimination and related to Russians, which fled from Putin, from the war, and they are discriminated by nationality, unfortunately, and by the country of origin. They are restricted in all their rights, all of them. They are restricted in opening banking accounts. They are not given to rent houses, apartments. They are not allowed to have visas. These people are under double blow from Putin and, unfortunately, from those institutions which they address to. And that is a very serious problem because, you know, the scale of migration now can be easily compared with this migration 100 years ago when revolution occurred in Russia and a lot of Russians left the country.
Ekaterina Shulman, political scientist, now based in Berlin. What kind of solutions can international organizations, the likes of PACE and the Council of Europe, how can they help the Russian diaspora?
The nucleus of the problem is that anti-war Russians are now basically a stateless people. They are people who cannot have access to proper governmental services because their own government is either dysfunctional or directly hostile to them. It openly declares an intention to make their lives as bad as possible. It calls them traitors, etc. So they are people who don't have a government to represent them. So it's basically a problem of representation. Some national governments deal more leniently with them. Some are less so. It depends on concrete political situation in a certain country, electoral cycle, personality issues, all kinds of things. But it is not a solid basis for the defense and implementation of human rights. So what I think should be done is the establishment of some sort of body, some sort of office or a person who can be the center for collection of information, collection of pleas, formulating decisions, discussing best practices from various countries. During those months, now more than a year of discussions, this idea have sort of morphed into this ombudsperson plan, which I very much hope to see carried out, to see realized, because without this starting point, we cannot even begin to formulate policies, let alone implement them.
Ekaterina Shulman and Gennady Gudkov, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.